once upon a time, in a land so far away, ice, Norwegian sea, and grass plains, a tall, young Norwegian man once said a statement, "Stay humble, eh? Oh, how the tides have turned on the Norwegian sea. How rough the waves have become." 5-1 the scoreline, and a sixth place Manchester City team. There's only one more thing left to say to Mr. Erling Haaland.
No, bitch, be humble. Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Bitch, sit down. Always stay humble and kind.
On this episode of the Pitch Invaders, Erling Haaland, stay humble.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Christian.
Sorry that you had to listen to that wonderful intro by our very own Max.
Very humble intro. Our humble podcast.
That was hilarious but painful to listen to. I'm not going to say, man. That was good stuff. How are you guys doing?
How the tables have turned.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel great, man. I feel great.
Surprisingly, I'm okay.
Can you believe Arsenal played that song at the end of the game?
I know.
Did you guys see that?
I know.
did.
And Miles Skelly, did you see his celebration?
Guys,
Yeah.
do you realize
banter.
that that's exactly what Erling Haaland meant by stay humble? They're just like, they think they have won the World Cup or whatever. And this is exactly what Erling Haaland meant by stay humble.
You're trying to twist it.
You just beat us, but you're not still gonna go with like 0 trophies at the end of the season.
I think they see us as more of a rival than we see them.
I think so too.
I looked at that game as like, I have to be honest, I looked at that game as like, it's more important for them than it is for us. If we somehow pull out a result, that would be great. But I looked at it as like, dude, the Premier League is lost. Let's try to go for top 4. While they're trying to catch Liverpool, so it felt more important for them, and I think they showed it in that game.
Dude,
so.
they are still gonna go trophyless, and that's the way they celebrated for beating us.
If
Stay
that
humble.
If that happens, it is kind of moving like a small club, I have to say, because you're supposed to be one of the big clubs in England and in Europe, and I get it. But we have to put context into this, okay? Erling Haaland at the end of the first match,
Yes.
when John Stones got the late equalizer, took the ball. Gabriel Magalhaes had covered his head with the jersey because he was frustrated, and Erling Haaland
Bounced it off his head.
bounced it off his head. Should have been another yellow, to be honest. He should have
Probably,
been,
yeah.
I think he already had a yellow in the game, so he should have been sent off. But anyway, so there's
feels
context,
so
good
to
and then
see.
after that match was over, you can see Erling telling Miles Lewis Skelly like, "Who the F are you?"
Did he say that?
Yeah, he did say it. to
Yeah,
him.
at the
So
end
I
of
think
the,
Miles
at the
Lewis
end of the
Skelly
first leg.
Scores the goal, does a celebration. It's like, now you know who I am. you
That's
know?
awesome.
So it was like good, but within the context of the game, that was really good on their part.
Did you?
But in the grand scheme of things, what are
Yeah.
you going to do with the 3 points Arsenal? Because it is February 3rd, the transfer window has shut, and you've done nothing. Okay? So what
No striker.
Yeah.
Havertz
So what are you
scored
going
a
to do?
goal and got an assist.
I know
They think
we're
he's
gonna
a
get-
savior.
After
We'll get
missing how many? After missing a sitter.
I know we're going to get into transfers later, but it's like the euphoria Arsenal fans felt yesterday has now completely flipped because of how this organization is moving. But we'll get
I like
to
how
that.
you guys switch it to Arsenal, but we have to spend time to sulk and talk about Manchester
We will
City.
analyze. We will analyze.
We
all.
we don't
But
just need to analyze. We need to break down what's already a broken team.
I really don't think we're a broken team.
5-1
I-
against Manchester City, against Arsenal.
Who cares, bro? Just another game. Yeah, we fumbled at the end, but
Fumble.
like
You guys
We're
complete the
so
first.
far
The
off.
second half is a whole
But-
other team.
We're so far off.
is 5-1 really that different from 3-1? I think we lost at 3-1.
So we're gonna start it. We're gonna start with
Yeah.
this game, right? We're starting
Sure,
with this.
yeah,
match.
let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your defense is shambles
Yeah.
in the second half.
Yeah.
John Stones was like miles off of it. I don't know what was wrong.
Dude,
And
but
Akanji missed.
That's the thing. We provided them with 3 goals out of
Yeah.
the 5.
Yeah.
If these errors haven't happened, probably like it would have been a different story. Because
And if Havertz could finish,
yeah,
probably would have been 7.
Havertz's miss in that first half was insane.
and that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like
you see the pitchforks out in front of the Emirates
I know,
coming
but-
together for that guy because If they would have somehow, if we tied or won that game, the pitchforks would have been out for Havertz.
What I'm trying to say, like I didn't watch the game in the beginning, so I saw the score and then I went back and rewatched it.
Yeah.
And now I'm feeling a lot better because we like that first up until like the 55th minute, it was 1-1. Like it's not like we completely like we were destroyed.
Yes, 1-1 at the
Like,
first half was reasonable.
But we were not destroyed like at the Emirates. We actually were still like holding the ball. Yes, we made a lot of mistakes, but I think it's the players
thing, though.
Yeah, once they got the second and the third goal, I think we were mentally like out of the game.
Yeah, when they scored 38 seconds after we equalized.
Yeah, and that's another problem.
And then okay, so we start off the game the same way we started against Chelsea, where we gave up an error in the back line that gave him an easy. So we're already chasing the game on the road from the very beginning, and then we finally scrape and claw for the equalizer. And then 38 seconds they go back. So it's like now we're chasing the game again.
Yeah.
So it felt like a game where we just got mentally defeated.
Yeah, that's exactly. We got mentally defeated, but it's not like.
But we did it to ourselves.
Exactly.
That's what's frustrating.
Yeah, like we gifted them 3 goals, like out of the 5, literally.
Where was the problem? The defense? Is that as a like a not a Manchester City fan? That's what I saw. Was poor defense.
And that's the issue the whole year. I think like since the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Since Rodri.
The players that you brought is really going to fix the situation.
I have to say, those are more long-term guys. Like Kusanov and Vitor Risch. I think Kusanov is going to play this season a decent chunk, but we're not asking him to solve a problem now.
I
don't
think
19-year-old.
I don't think we're asking any of these guys like to step in and like save the season.
So your defense is going to be shambles for the remainder of the season?
I think once we get Ruben Diaz back, that's going to help a bit, quite a bit.
Okay.
And then I think, I don't know about you, Amir, but in a perfect world, I would like to see... if we do back 4, I'd like to see a pairing of Stones and Diaz.
Yeah.
Because normally I would prefer Stones to invert right back and defensive midfield because we've been dead in that area. But it's mainly because Akanji's been horrible this year.
Stones had a nightmare day.
Yeah, well, Stones has been injured a lot and he's just coming back. So, like, I can give him a little bit, but Akanji, what's your take on Akanji for the whole season so far?
I think he has the strongest link with Ruben Diaz when they're both are paired together. With Stones, like he's very technical, dude. Like he's really good on the ball, but he still needs that like coverage in the back. I think this is where we miss Ruben Diaz the most. Okay, and we've missed him for a big chunk this season. Like we're not used to that. Right. That's why it's one of the reasons why we're so bad in defense, but also like we're not going to blame Rodri again. But like we should have found a solution by now.
And we don't have a right back.
It's like 4 months in, but that's why I think like Ruben Diaz, Akanji, and then Stones will be a right back in some games.
And he'll invert when we have the ball.
I think that's probably going to be like if all 3 of them are fit. But I must say, I know Kovacic, he's doing his best.
He is doing his best. Like he doesn't take a game off. He tries his best.
Every time I see this guy, like an hour third part of the field,
I hold my breath, Max.
Dude, I watched it live. I was like,
the guy gives the ball up in our own third, so frequently.
Yeah,
so frequently.
Like I almost had a heart attack when I watched this live. I was like, "Oh my god, please don't do that with the ball."
And the distribution I saw from Ortega was shocking.
That was another.
Is that typical or is that just?
No, he's not a good. I have to say, like Ederson's way better distributing the ball, but Ortega is supposed to be, in my opinion, a better shot stopper. Yeah, but he didn't do either in that game. He didn't distribute the ball well, and he didn't stop the ball well enough. So
I kind of blame Pep for relying on Ortega to help with the build-up. That's not what we use Ortega for anyway. So
is 5-1 too flattering for Arsenal, or do you think
they can have it? We've had our moments too.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
From a Manchester City, your perspectives. Do you think you guys deserved a better result than 5-1, or you think that justifies?
No, we did that to ourselves.
Yeah, we sucked in that game. They earned it. They earned what they got.
To be fair, we did that to ourselves. We were not in our day, but let them have it.
How about that Waneri goal? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! They have
I'm not
Saka
trying to be the
reborn.
guy that said I told
How
you
is he
so.
going to fit in the team? That's what I was wondering. Right when I saw him score
listen,
like that, I
guys,
was like, okay,
I'm
so
not
what
trying
do
to
you
be
do?
the guy that said
Do
I
you
told you
bench
so.
Saka?
But the kid
Saka
is
reborn.
a baller.
Where do you put him in the lineup, dude? This guy needs to start if he's fit, because I know he struggles with injuries, but like he deserves to start, man. That was beautiful.
Arsenal have I really
Their academy is one of the best academies.
We're starting to look at some like light at the end of the tunnel for them and their academy players, Yanni.
Yeah, I mean they started 17, 18-year-olds yesterday that look like they're 30-year-olds out there with their maturity and whatnot.
Lewis Skelly looked really good.
Lewis Skelly, but again, we said it before. It's been left back FC, and he's ended up becoming their best left back.
Calafiori is being benched.
Yeah.
I mean, which is shocking.
Yeah. I mean, I knew Arteta wasn't going to start both of those kids. It was going to be one or the other, and probably Lewis Skelly because of his physicality and form.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Winery's a baller. Lewis Skelly's a baller. They got a bright future there, man.
Yeah. Nothing. I don't know if we should say anything about the new signings for City, but Marmoush didn't look very good in that game, in my opinion. But I cannot blame him. He put him in as a 10. Remember
you didn't like that position?
Remember we highlighted that he could be like the Kevin De Bruyne's like replacement. Yeah.
But he didn't really. He had a couple of times, but I saw him on the left when he cut in between the defenders.
It was a bit confusing because
him and Savinho felt like they were.
They weren't in a good.
They're figuring stuff out. Like I'm
not,
not,
It's very hard to say, but
they're still figuring stuff out. But what I will say is, I am seeing Marmoush make so many amazing well-timed runs.
Yeah.
And if we don't have Kevin De Bruyne out on the field, he does not even like those passes are not. They're not even looking his direction to make those passes.
Yeah.
So that's something that I know is going to come with time, but it does make me think that we're going to have to find a KDB successor at some point because this Marmoush, his timed runs are so amazing. Like, we need to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
It's an element of Man City that we haven't had in a long time. A guy that can time his run and just like go with blazing speed, and we find him with a long pass. So I want to be able to put in our arsenal.
He plays a lot closer to Haaland. I think that's what I heard the pundit say.
He's definitely playing like under Haaland. Even in that Chelsea game, like he was very close to Haaland. Like they were linking together a lot. Yeah. But again, Kevin was not on the field. You see the common factor. Kevin and Marmoush are not on the field at the same time.
Right.
So
which it's making me think like Pep is cooking.
Do you think that could be
cooking something? I don't know.
Do you think that could be because I don't think you can have Kevin, Foden, and Marmoush at the same time? And Foden is in such good form right now that he has to have Foden out there.
Yeah,
I feel like Savinho.
And Savinho has been in really good form
he
too.
Had a bad game,
he saved us in that Club Brugge game. Without Savinho,
really?
like it would have been a struggle.
Yeah,
and he showed up in so many games too, like this season. Like I feel like Savinho and Erling Haaland are actually linking really good. Like because Savinho is finding Haaland in those areas, like those crosses.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Savinho cross to Haaland to score a goal like header? I don't think we have seen any other City player can do that now. With Erling Haaland because they always miss him.
Yeah, the only thing is like Savinho and Marmoush got to figure out how to play
together. Yeah, they didn't. The chemistry was off. Savinho was getting a lot out of like his position to support certain areas, and like it didn't look very good. But who knows what's gonna happen?
I have one more question for you guys.
Yes.
Do you think Arsenal can catch up to Liverpool?
No.
I think that's a question for you. It's in your hand.
I think I'm fine, and I have confidence, and I don't believe that this Arsenal team is a threat to us. But what do you guys think as bystanders, pretty much, I guess, this season?
I want to see them challenge you, but I just don't see how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't see.
Do you think this win? This is a very big statement win. Do you think this will give them the confidence to go win? I don't know, win streak the rest of the season? I don't think so. But what do you guys think?
I really don't think so either.
Beat your rivals,
the way it looked on the field, like I don't know. I'm not very. Again, to me, like a 3-1 defeat versus a 5-1 defeat, it's really not that big of a difference. It gives them I think it gives them like motivation to keep going. Like they're definitely gonna build on that win.
That's what
But
I'm
can
saying.
they
but
catch up with Liverpool? I don't see it
I
because
don't think this game replaces any of the problems that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
But Christian, what do you?
definitely.
Your face was like a fart or
They're
something.
frustrating me, man. This team is frustrating me. Like
The fan
I
fan
really
base
haven't-
Havertz is frustrating.
I don't have. Okay, so I have to say, this is gonna make me sound. I don't mean to sound like a douche, but even as Arsenal's
does.
been competing with us for the league the last couple of years, I never really saw them
No, none of
as
us
much of a threat
Yeah.
as the years where we're coming up against you guys. Like
Yeah.
when it was against Liverpool and it was us neck and neck, I was like, dude, we need these 3 points.
I
Because
know.
they're ruthless on that
Yeah.
side, right? With Arsenal,
And it was much more respectful too.
I don't know
the
about respect. I
rivalry.
feel like I don't know.
Like these games
English
were,
clubs are not respectful to
Yeah,
one
I mean,
another.
I don't know.
There was
you
very
know?
little fights. Probably 2 players fought every time. I don't remember.
But like
which
it
two.
was still like
Salah and Bernardo.
it was
right?
part of the game.
Bernardo
you
will
know?
fight anybody.
Wasn't it Salah and Bernardo?
I mean, Bernardo fights with everyone, but,
But I remember him in team.
Yeah.
Bernardo almost like gave Trossard an ACL that game.
With all the injuries, with all of our injuries, he's been our tough guy this year. That's part of the problem. That little guy's been our tough guy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we need a guy that's why I asked for a Slavic guy. With
I was
face
very
tattoos.
happy to see him getting the armband. Actually,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. He's earned it for
Deserved.
sure.
Yeah.
But again, so I mean, going back to Arsenal, I just didn't feel that same thing I felt with Liverpool. So,
Yeah.
and then this year when they've left the team so short, not now, back in the summer, they didn't do anything to address their forward position needs.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
but
gonna.
actually Liverpool.
I think-
Liverpool used. Sorry to cut
No,
you
no,
off,
you're
but
good.
I feel like Liverpool used to do the same. They always felt like you never felt that Liverpool has a bench. Like
Yeah.
they would have a good team, but like with their injuries, you would never think they have a bench that could support them to be in that place.
I don't know, man. I saw Origi and Jota come off the bench and score timely goals enough to feel like they still have enough off their bench
Yeah,
to get it done. You know,
I get it.
I was the only thing I was gonna say was, I don't think there's any questioning. We've probably mentioned it a few times, but Arsenal's defense is unformidable. Like they are the best defense probably in the world.
I agree. Arteta's done a great job building that defense. I agree.
Saliba and Gabriel
Is the
have
best
to be
pairing.
the best partnership in the world.
And Timber's a stud, and
Timbers-
Lewis Skelly's a stud.
Yeah,
Timbers
Lewis
amazing.
Kelly.
And Raya made some saves in that game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable saves.
That's what I'm saying. That
It's
five
crazy.
is
Yeah, they're
like
it's the best.
That's
solid.
that's kind of
It's
like
the
a Allison type saves I've seen
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah,
But Declan Rice have been really good too.
he's been great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do you guys
lately.
want to go to Liverpool? We can go back in Saturday.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Let's take a look.
let's
You
do
guys seem
that.
disgusted. You don't want to go back to the top of the table, huh?
well, I guess what else to
We
say
had to
about
talk about.
the king of the Premier League,
King
Mo
Salah.
Salah. Mo
Was this a
Salah.
penalty?
I don't think it was.
It's not a penalty.
I don't think it was.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll
in
be
the
honest.
Egyptian league, that's a penalty. Premier League, I don't know.
They looked at it,
I
don't
know I said a lot of things about this game, but it is what it is, bro. But it was not a pen. McAllister deserved a red card. That Bournemouth game was a goal. Sorry, that goal was not offside. That was not offside.
I'd have
They
to look back at
drew
that
the
one, yeah.
lines,
Yeah, I don't know.
and
about
it
that.
was not offside.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, let them have it."
Listen, I want to react on a couple things.
Sure.
First of all, I have to say we were pretty lucky to keep a clean sheet. Like Bournemouth had so many chances.
Yeah,
They hit the frame twice. first of all.
Allison made great saves.
Allison made great saves, but they also
Yeah.
they hit the frame twice. They had so many chances. So I was really surprised that somehow we won 2-0, like
Yeah.
0. But for me, it felt comfortable in a way that like the fact that we played against such a competitive team, kept a clean sheet, and scored 2 impressive goals against them. Like I mean penalty, but like we scored goals. It just felt like you put it all in a package, and you're like, this is a team that's capable and probably going to win the league.
Yes.
That's how I felt with this game. Because no matter how informed Bournemouth is, we still went to their ground, or we were in their ground, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And we won. So, but yeah, I will say we were definitely lucky. Allison played amazing.
Yeah.
And Salah, beautiful goal.
The team of destiny has a little bit of luck on their favor. It seems to be.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
I do feel like
that's a good way to
you know,
word it. Yeah.
that's
How many
why you
ga-
guys are the team of destiny.
How many games left in the league? 14?
We're in round 25 this week.
23. There's
13, 14.
14,
14.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool needs like 10 wins. If their nearest rival win all their game out of the 14, and they can win the league. So
I can't imagine winning the league early.
You could
That'd
probably
be
if you
amazing.
guys continue that like that, I think you guys are gonna finish
To
it.
be
like,
fair, though, I
in
didn't
April.
know about the whole. You guys won during COVID. You weren't able to have the parade and celebrate and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So if you guys did win it this year, it'd be nice to get that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People, you were one of the ones that say like that's not a real Premier League.
Yeah,
That's Amir.
Oh, it was Amir that said
Amir
that.
always says that. He's like, that's not real. That's fake.
yeah. There were no fans.
It is interesting to think about
There was
the
no
impact of the fans.
There's
So
no-
if you
there
guys
was-
won it, we
there
wouldn't
was,
count it.
There was no away pressure from the
No
fans.
way pressure.
We don't care about it. We didn't have home advantage either. That's the biggest stadium in Europe.
Man, that's a crazy year if you think of it. They must have felt like they were at practice.
Yeah,
You know, when you just hear each other yelling at each other.
Yeah.
yeah.
And listening to it on TV. But
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say, Salah deserves this title, and he's now sixth in the world, sixth in Premier League history, right?
Yeah,
Top scorer.
Yeah, that's true.
He beat Thierry Henry and Frank Lampard.
He passed Lampard.
So now
Yeah.
he's 9 goals away from getting 4th place behind Wayne Rooney.
Holy
Can you
crap.
imagine? He's
How many goals from Wayne Rooney?
No, he's 9 goals away to get 4th place. Rooney's still ahead of him.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say there's
But
gotta
he'll
be
pass Andrew Cole. These people weren't in my
Uh-huh.
generation. Andrew Cole
Yeah.
and then another guy.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, you still have Alan Shearer,
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney, and then I don't know who the second place was.
Yeah.
So,
No talks about renewing his contract yet.
not that I know, man, and that's shocking to me. I was telling Christian before we got on.
Yeah.
How are we gonna let Van Dijk, Arnold, and Salah leave on freeze? Like
Yeah.
leave for free? That's shocking to me, dude.
It's club malpractice is what it is. It really is.
That's a good one.
It's unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
On the other side, City loses a couple of games, and they're like 250 on the table.
Yeah.
Let's get all these players.
What are they waiting for, man?
I don't know.
And like, it's
and
just,
you don't have success. That the problem is, okay, it'd be different if you had clear and obvious successors to those.
which is what I was
positions.
saying. The only
Which you
player
don't.
that I confirm that is going to be in that attacking next season is Cody Gakpo.
Yeah.
I don't know if Diaz is going to leave and go to Barcelona. He wanted to go. Nunez may leave. Salah is going to leave. Jota's injury prone. So we're talking about Harvey Elliott is not a starter.
You're about to have like a
talking
Arsenal
about
level
Cody
attack
Gakpo.
up front next year.
Cody
That's
Gakpo's
crazy.
the only starter. Harvey Elliott's
Yeah.
not a starter. Chiesa's not a starter. So like we're talking about. I mean, if we keep Diaz, great. But like, what do we keep him for? A
You
year?
can't fill Salah's shoes.
And
Yeah.
and Diaz is not. Maybe he has a couple more years left.
Maybe you guys will sign someone, but
Who?
I just cannot see like
They
who
should've
would
got
replace
Kvaratskhelia.
Salah.
Why would you
with
sign
that-
someone when you could use that money and
Exactly
just fill his wage?
with that kind of physicality, expertise in the Premier League,
Fitness. Fitness.
and being
Where to
a
keep-
club legend.
He's
They're
so
not going to
fit.
get transfer fee. They're not going to get transfer fees. Like they're going to be.
Well,
You
if
guys
they-
are going to be tight on, and you guys don't pay a lot of wages.
If they win the Premier League, they better get on it.
Yeah,
that's
Like,
true.
come on.
Win the Champions League and the
Yeah,
Premier League.
come
That'll
on.
help.
They need
still,
to.
I
I
can't
mean,
rely on
honestly,
that.
not getting a penny. I mean, Alexander Arnold is going to be pure profit. The fact that you haven't figured out a way to get a fee for him. Although, if I'm being honest, like the way Real Madrid's defense looked this year, maybe they shouldn't go for Alexander Arnold. Maybe they need an actual guy that plays defense. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's malpractice. It's club
I don't
malpractice.
know. I'm enjoying what this season is bringing, but as a Liverpool fan, I have
Freaking out.
zero prospects for next season.
Yeah.
Other than I'm excited to see Cody Gakpo grow. I'm excited to see a couple players grow, but I'm not excited to see the best center back in the world leave, and the best right wing leave. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and the best
Maybe-
right back. Alexander Arnold is the best right back in the world.
Yeah,
Who's
Carvajal's right.
his
back.
torn ACL? He's done.
I don't know.
The only guy, I mean, maybe Frimpong. I don't know.
Oh
I don't
no!
know.
No,
Yeah,
he's not
it's
even
Alex-
in the.
it's that you have
No.
three players that are the three best players in their positions, and they're all about to leave on a free.
Hey, Kyle Walker is getting it AC Milan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's-
he's probably gonna come back as the best right back.
Best Italian, yeah.
Well, man,
But,
just enjoy the next 4 months or whatever. So,
Let's see, man. Nottingham Forest, we had to talk about that, huh?
oh yeah,
Because that was right
Coming
before
back
that.
from they lost 5-0 to Bournemouth,
Yes.
and then
How
they
do you-
beat.
How do you come back from a 5? What kind of fixture is this?
Welcome-
5-0 to 7?
welcome
Bournemouth,
to the Premier
Brighton,
League.
and Nottingham Forest have a weird thing going on. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
No.
Where someone beat. They're all dominating each
Brighton
other.
beat Bournemouth 5
Yeah.
5 something.
Did they? I'm scrolling back.
and then
to-
Bournemouth beat,
Nottingham Forest
Nottingham
5
and then Nottingham beat
beat
Brighton,
Brighton 7.
7. So they have a weird
Yeah.
triangular thing going on.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
pretty
that.
That's funny.
Yeah, Nottingham. Again, we've been hyping this team up in terms of like their defense. We haven't. Can we? I'm sorry. I don't. I have to take a jab at this club any chance I get. Okay.
You're talking about Nottingham?
No.
Brighton.
And Nottingham deserve all the respect in the world.
Okay.
But I have to take a jab at Man United right now.
Oh god!
I'm finding a
brought
way.
Man United in?
I'll tell you.
You said it's a triangle.
I will
Anthony
tell
Alenga?
you. These brainless idiots.
Anthony Alenga.
Let Anthony Alenga go for like 15 million or whatever it was, and they bought in the same window Anthony for 86 million or whatever.
Yeah,
and look what Anthony Alenga is doing in the Premier League, and look where Anthony is right now.
He's killing it at Real Betis.
Yeah, he's at Real Betis now. Okay,
Anthony Alenga is fantastic.
He's gonna.
Gibbs White is amazing. Chris Wood is
Alenga deserves to be on a Big Six club. Actually, not Tottenham or Man United, because Nottingham is much better than them. But you don't think like Arsenal could or you guys? If
I wouldn't mind him, honestly. I wouldn't
good,
mind him.
man.
He would have to be benched, if he comes to Arsenal, because Saka once Saka comes back,
true.
he's
that's true. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
he's a good player, man. He's a good player. I've always been a fan of his, and yeah,
Chris Wood hat trick.
yes.
Chris Wood hat trick, bro.
Dude, 7 goals, guys.
Yeah.
Was it last week or a month ago? Probably. You were saying I don't still consider this team as like if they're capable. Must have been you.
And then they went.
One of you was like, I don't think this team is
said
capable of European football.
And then they lost 5-0. Then I was
And then
like,
we were
okay.
like, okay, they're on a blip. Like,
yeah.
tell us it's over.
Right.
7 goals, guys, is a big deal. I
Against,
understand Brighton were not at their best, but 7 goals.
To keep a clean sheet too is crazy.
Teams in the lower half do not score 7 goals.
Yeah, bro. What do you have to say now, Amir?
Why?
You changed your tune a bit.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Just because of that whole triangle thing.
Yeah,
It's just these 3 teams are gonna be like up and down the whole season.
Apart from Welbeck's one, like he almost had like a near goal that barely crossed the line. Brighton was trash. Like they completely got dominated and stepped over. And Nottingham's Forest defense was like strong. Just seeing their attack is so entertaining.
Yeah.
I woke up early to watch that game like that.
Yeah.
What if you told me next year? Would you wake up early to watch Nottingham Forest like last year? Nottingham Forest and Brighton. I mean, what do I know? Relegation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it entertaining because it's very like counter-attacking style and
Yeah, they just speed on the wings.
Yeah.
And Chris Wood is such like a target man.
Yeah.
He gets the ball and is finishing. Even like he had like just got the ball and like quick like shot, almost got a goal. Like it just snapshot. Like those he's just.
In my opinion, these 3 teams, Brighton, Bournemouth, Nottingham, they deserve to be in the top 10, like back to back, like 7th, 8th, 9th, or something like that. But I still do not see them like European level.
Nottingham Forest is, I think, proving us 24 games in.
Yeah, I think they're still overperforming.
I think this year we're gonna have 5 teams in the Premier League go to Champions League.
Because Man City is gonna be 5th.
Is that the new fix?
Yeah, I think there's a new.
Yeah,
I forgot how it's gonna done, but how it's gonna be done. But they're saying it's gonna be 5 teams go to the Champions League. So then, is it 6 and 7 go to Europa and the 8th go to Conference?
possibly. Yeah.
Dude, Nottingham Forest is gonna be in Europe next year. They're finishing in the top 8.
They better be in Champions.
They'll be in Europe next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that they would allow the 5th place to go to Champions League, because that sounds like us now.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like Man City.
You're battling with Newcastle right now.
Imagine the fans, like how they're gonna be burned.
Newcastle and Bournemouth are your competition, and Aston Villa. Sorry, like that's pretty hard competition.
Well, we're gonna talk about Aston Villa and their transfers. So these transfers look amazing.
Yes.
That's a team that is challenging for Europe.
Yeah,
I feel like the gap is the gap between the Big 6 and everybody else is
slim.
Yeah, it's not
They're
as big
all
of a gap
very
anymore.
close together.
I really don't think there's a Big 6 anymore. Like
I
we
mean,
can talk
Manchester
about
United and Tottenham
It's like a Big 4 now.
a Big 4, Big 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
I propose next year, guys, Manchester United and Tottenham are dropped from our top 6 conversation.
unfortunately.
I love talking about Man United though.
Well, maybe when we talk about relegation battles,
They give me so much joy to talk about.
How far are they from relegation now?
29, so they're 12 points from relegation, and Tottenham is 10 points.
Wow.
And
14 games in hand.
Manchester United is
Imagine the scenes, man.
Manchester
Just
United
imagine
is
the scenes.
27 points behind Liverpool.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, man. All right.
I'm just
Well,
imagining.
Do you guys want to talk about those teams and their performance from that week or the following week, or what do you guys want to?
Talking about Tottenham?
Tottenham and Man United.
Let's start with Tottenham.
Okay. So Tottenham
What was their last?
lost to Leicester
2-1, yeah.
2-1 and that's at home.
Van
So
Nistelrooy is
Leicester,
cooking.
That was
a team that's going to get relegated. They lost 2-1 to Leicester at home. I'm sorry, I know I'm repeating myself.
yeah, that's disgusting.
I just couldn't believe what I was watching in that game. It was, and they scored first too. They looked good in the beginning.
And then we gotta say Leicester lost to Everton 4-0.
Yeah.
So this is not like a Leicester in form, right?
I think besides like Liverpool's performance, I think this is one of the most entertaining Premier League seasons like in the past few years.
Everton,
fair.
everybody's like
Everton looked good since the Moise hiring.
Yeah,
Moise.
and Leicester too look good since Van Nistelrooy taken over.
well, no,
Like they're a bit up and down, but they're better than the beginning of the season.
they've had a lot of losses. I don't think you look.
Well, they
Tottenham win
every
is a
other
big
game.
win.
They win every other game,
Yeah.
right? So
They've been
that's good for a relegation team.
Okay, I'll say this. They've been more watchable.
Yeah.
with Ruud van Nistelrooy. I'll say that, yeah.
You know that Tottenham match was their first win since December 3rd.
Oh, really?
They lost every game
I'm pretty
since
old.
December 3rd.
I think
Then
that's
I'm not.
yeah, they
Tottenham. I don't know what to think about that game. First of all, I watched the game. I just want to say the Spurs goalkeeper is literally trash. I don't think they could have picked up a worse goalkeeper on the transfer market if they tried.
They were hyping him up.
he gave
makes-
you guys fits though.
He makes
His first
so
game was
many-
against you guys.
Yeah, he
in the
probably
FA
had
Cup.
hype, whatever. But so many mistakes. Like his what's the
He's
word?
not
I'm looking
comfortable
for?
in the ball.
Not comfortable. His distribution is hara.
Yeah, it's bad.
New word.
We'll add
I
that
saw
to the
him-
dictionary.
I saw him make so many mistakes, and I was like, "This is what you guys got as let's say like a 6-month replacement for your injured goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Trash.
Can I make a rebuttal,
Yeah.
if you don't mind?
Go.
Because we've seen a couple Kinski games now, and we know he is not comfortable on the ball. I'm actually not blaming him for that. I have to blame the manager for that because when you see constantly your goalkeepers getting pressured and the other team smells blood when their goalkeeper has the ball at their feet.
Yeah.
It's not like Ederson where the dude is like got ice in his veins when he's getting,
That's true.
Kinski, you could tell he's not comfortable on the ball. He's not good at distribution.
They give it to him.
At some point, the manager needs to make an adjustment mid-game and tell that guy, that young kid, what is he, 21, Kinski?
Yeah.
Something like that. Dude, listen, I know I've been telling you I want you to play out the back. Our back line is not good enough right now with the injuries. I need you to just send that thing whenever
He's
you
never
get
gonna
it.
say that.
That's
Just
the
send it
problem.
forward, mate. Doesn't matter.
But that's the problem. That's
never gonna do
the issue. Is like the poor kid is getting pressured, and
Yeah.
the manager's not willing to. It goes back to his style of managing. He's not willing to adjust to what he sees in front of him, and it's why he might not be there that much longer.
I think
Yeah.
I agree with your point.
Yeah.
Like I do think they're giving him the ball too much, and it's part of the reason of the manager.
Yeah,
But the other thing I want to say is both teams, Brentford and Spurs, like poor goalkeeping from both sides,
Poor defense.
and then
too.
poor defense, and then poor finishing. Like poor finishing from
Yeah.
Mbeumo and both teams had such poor finishing.
yes,
I want to say they both play almost like a very similar style.
yes.
Like in terms of the build up and like, but I gotta give like I know Brentford lost to Tottenham, but they like over the past few weeks they look better in build up in general than Tottenham, but they're not good in defense anyway.
I mean, Brentford's a better team than Spurs if we
Yeah.
put both of them side by side, to be honest. I think Brentford has a better structure, better team foundation overall.
Swap manager,
I don't agree with that.
Really?
Yeah.
really?
Oh, you mean like as they currently
Brentford is
stand?
built for success.
You mean as like they currently stand, or you're talking about both teams fully healthy?
Both
Both
teams
teams
fully
fully
healthy.
healthy.
No,
Brentford
Tottenham's
is
way
built
better.
for success.
No.
Tottenham's way better fully healthy.
No.
Dude, have you guys seen the list of injuries? Their
Doesn't
whole
matter.
back line and goalkeeper is injured. Okay, if you had your starting center backs and your goalkeeper injured for months, how are you going to look?
We had Van Dijk injured for a whole season.
And
Yeah, how'd you
finished
look
it-
that
you
year?
finished in 5th.
Okay, that's still not. They're in 14th.
No, I understand. No, they've been
14th.
bad, but I'm just saying they've had. I'm saying if you if Tottenham is a fully healthy Tottenham team, and just on talent alone, they're more talented than Brentford.
Maybe I'm just giving this team too much crap. 'Cause I
Brentford
really
is a
dislike
better play better together, and they're a bit better managed. I'll give you guys that. They're better managed for sure, because this guy's too stubborn to change his.
Yeah.
He's got Archie Gray playing center back. He still wants to play out the back. Like, what is the logic? You have a guy playing out of multiple players playing. Jed Spence is having to play left back, but he's a right back. Like, you have multiple players playing out of position, and you're not willing to help them out by changing your style of play.
Yeah.
So
I want to make one comment. I feel so not bad, but I feel disappointed for Heung-min Son.
Me too.
I feel like his life and his career has been wasted. He created so many chances, and he's surrounded by Khara in his team. All his chances are on his own. Like, if you put this player in Man City, for example, let's just say he happened to go from the Bundesliga to Man City instead of Spurs like 7 years ago.
You know what I'm thinking now? What if we had bought Son instead of Grealish? I mean, all credit to Grealish,
But this player could have gotten you guys 25 goals.
Well,
it's not about what he would have gotten us, dude. It's what we would have gotten him. The poor guy deserves some trophies.
The pride of South Korea, man. What a disappointment to just throw him in
poor
there.
Guy.
Yeah, I feel bad, but
he seems like such a nice guy too, guys.
I know.
I want to see him win a trophy.
He's never good. Oh, League Cup, just give him anything, man.
They're still in 3 competitions. They finished top 4 in Europa League. They still got the second leg with you guys.
We're gonna get them out this week, yeah.
Okay, well we'll see. We'll see about that. And they're still in the League Cup as well. Like, there's a chance. They still have a chance.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reason they haven't sacked the manager yet. Is they're still in 3 cup.
I think so too.
So
I think they're waiting to see like the end result.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, that was my hot
prediction.
Take.
I know you might be right.
No, I think the hot take was they're gonna hoist the trophy
with performance
and finish top 4.
Oh, God.
So half of that is dead.
But I think when you said that, you were thinking in your head, they're gonna perform a lot better this year.
We all thought with the purchase of Solanke.
Yeah, I thought that's all
they're gonna be amazing, but the injuries is kind of
injuries and style of play, and So anyway.
Can we go to Manchester United? Sorry, not that side of Manchester.
I honestly have a lot to say about this team.
Go ahead, just let it out.
This guy, Ruben. Look, I know I was backing him up, but
they weren't bad. Okay, I disagree, but
no, I watched that game, like Fulham game, and these are the things you see on the field. Yeah. This guy is clueless about what's happening with this team. I promise you. Like, this guy is doing things like me as a spectator. I was like, what the hell are you doing on the field, bro? The players are confused. They're so out of position. These are the things that the camera don't get. Like, when the Manchester United team are attacking, all their defenders, like, they're completely out of position. They don't know what they're doing. They're covering each other in places, and he's just, like, literally trying to move them around, and they're so confused about what they're doing. Like, they were like, where do you want me to go? Because he's trying, like, he's playing 5 in the back, and then he tries to switch it to, like, either one of, like, Mazraoui would open as a left wing in attack, and then Dalot would go in as an inverted left back, or it would be like an 8. I was so confused about what's happening on the field, and so many times, like, they were like bumping into each other, like, positions. They're covering each other. They're too slow to recover. I'm like,
he's trying to do too much, man.
Yeah.
What did he do in that last game? He put Mano in the striker position.
Striker.
Yeah. He almost scored a goal. I'm not gonna.
I'm sorry, guys. He is clueless.
Okay. Here's my take, because I disagree a little. Okay. I watched the highlights and some of the game, but I think my notes. I'm just gonna skip that part for now. The defense is poor. Maguire is really good, playing good. Liniero is not ready for starting lineup. Yeah. I think he's part to blame for one of the goals. He was ball watching. Okay. The other thing is, like, regardless of the loss, I still see a lot of promise with this Manchester United team. If you guys, 1 second, just listen to me. I know I see faces. Okay. I see potentials and little signs of progress. Okay. If you guys stick with me. Just the build-up play, there was a lot of chances created. I see the foundations. I know it's shaky, but I see little glimpses of changes that could be, potential. if you guys turn back the clock 3 years ago, everybody was calling Arteta a clown. Remember when Arsenal started the season and they were like 16th and all that, and this team is young and all that, and they need time. Look where they're at now. I think this coach, if you give him the right players, he can turn it around. That's my take.
So I don't understand. You're contradicting yourself here, respectfully.
Go ahead.
Because you're saying if he gets the right players, he'll turn it around. So
Yes.
is it a player problem or is it not a player problem?
It's a player problem, and it has to be patience. Patience. This is a 3-year project. This is the right manager for now. Give him some good players. Get rid of the other ones, like they've already kind of done with Marcus Rashford. But I think with the right time, like I already see glimpses of potential and sparks of good things, regardless of the loss.
But is that potential in the players or in the potential
in the build-up?
In his style?
I see it in the style.
Okay.
I see it in the style.
I can accept, because I've told you guys before, I can't judge him because it's a team of garbage players that he has to deal with. I do agree with you. I feel like he's trying weird stuff, like doing too much. If he's trying to just stabilize the team, he needs to have players playing their normal positions, see the games out, get enough results to not worry about relegation, and then go get the players you need.
Yeah.
But this, remember he played Mazraoui in the 10 in a League Cup game, I think, and he's playing Mano in the striker.
But sometimes Pep Guardiola does some stupid, crazy things.
Yeah, he's earned the right.
I know,
but it's not. But it's not imbalanced.
Manchester United created so many chances in that game. Like that's something that we criticized them for 2 months ago.
Look, they needed Lisandro Martinez, the butcher, to bail them out of the game, though.
That's true. I mean, Fernandes almost had a couple really good chances. I don't remember if they hit the bar. It's a threatening Manchester United side.
You guys still think he's a good player?
Martinez?
No, Bruno.
I think he's the best player they got.
He is the best player.
You think he's better than Amad Diallo?
He is the best player they have on the field.
3 years maybe is better.
He's definitely he's the best player on the field.
Yeah.
For that
this team sucks.
This team sucks really bad.
If he is the best player in that team, that team it's another club malpractice for the amount of money they spent putting that team. If he's the best player, I just don't see it.
I think we need to be patient.
Sure.
I think Manchester United fans need to be realistic that this is not a team that deserves to be in Europe this season. I think if you go back to the summer transfer window, like this summer, get the right players, sell the players that are washed up and suck, and you could see a team that could finish 8th.
They lost to Crystal Palace 2-0 at Mold Trafford.
I honestly,
Crystal Palace is good though.
I don't see them doing anything with this manager now. I know I was saying he's probably good. He's trying something, but
you also said Slot was going to get sacked.
So. I know, but no, this is different. No, this is completely different.
Don't you guys think?
Open the heat map. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But open the heat map for this team, and tell me where is every player playing.
Okay,
I need
to see that.
This is an imbalanced formation.
Yeah,
this is criminal. This is criminal in tactics. Yeah. Whatever he's trying, it's criminal in tactics. And if you are a good manager, you will take it easy. Use the players you have. And then we'll do whatever. At least get top 10, and then you can try whatever you want.
I'm giving him a chance. That's my take.
No, we have to give him a chance. He just got there. All I'm saying is he is not putting himself in position to be given a chance. What I mean by that is. Things. If you finish outside the top 10, what kind of players want to come to you then?
That's true.
Yeah.
You're trying to attract top talent.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Man United has never been the club that gets the savvy 12 million or whatever we spent on Julian Alvarez, and he ends up being a really big... They're the guys that go drop 50, 60, 70, 80 on the biggest names that are out there.
And then place crap.
Right. So they're not savvy enough, in my opinion, to get those cheeky signings that really... I think Amad Diallo fell into their lap, to be honest with you. So if you're not going to be able to get those 50, 60, 70, $80 million players because you finished outside the top 10, then what do? You got to go bargain hunting. Yeah. They're not good at that.
Yeah.
So, again, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but...
I think so, too.
That team sucks.
I don't see them finishing top 10 this season.
Well, they got a center back, right? Or was it right back?
Well, Lisandro, they just got hit. Lisandro Martinez tore his ACL.
Yes.
So
he's actually one guy that since Ruben Amorim has been there has actually looked better.
Yeah.
And so that sucks, man.
They signed Patrick Dorgu. That's the guy.
I think he's a left back, right?
Left back. Yeah.
But I don't see them going anywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
All right, last team in the Big Six, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Very scrappy win 2-1 against West Ham.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka own goal.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about this team. It's pretty much the same.
We can probably. I didn't watch the West Ham game, but we can base their performance on the City game. They really didn't look that good either.
Sucked.
They looked really bad. They sat behind the goal and.
Cole Palmer vanished, man. I have to say, he completely vanished against us.
Yeah,
he didn't have an impact on that game.
He didn't look. He didn't look very well. But I don't know. Their performance is like I don't know. They're taking like a.
What happened?
I have to say, if you only score 1 goal against Man City, you're doing something wrong, man.
And it was gifted.
Our defense,
and it was gifted.
And it was gifted. That's what I'm saying. Like our defense, it's open season. If you want to score on us, if you want to get a couple goals, 2, 3, 4, we're the team to do it against. Okay. Yeah. So if you can't muster more than 1 goal, which was a mistake that we caused, you're in bad shape. But they bounced back today against West Ham.
Jackson got injured.
Important win.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
And they just lost Joao Felix too, so
that's not good.
So were they going to put in Kunku?
Who did they sub in for Jack? Oh, really?
Oh,
the kid they got from
really?
Barcelona?
Not even Kunku.
No.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
The Barca Academy kid?
Did they end up getting? I know we're jumping ahead. Did they end up getting Garnacho or
no? Garnacho turned it around with Ruben.
I think they have a decent amount of players to cover.
Yeah.
Now that Nkunku's not.
But they don't have another striker. They're going to be.
Nkunku will be.
He can play striker.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his typical position, right?
Yeah.
They put him in attacking mid.
A central forward.
But he kind of sucks though.
He used to be really good.
Remember
he scored a hat trick against Man City?
When was that?
That Leipzig game.
He was really good in Leipzig. Yeah.
We're talking pre-Chelsea.
Yeah, pre-Chelsea.
Yeah.
Anybody that goes to Chelsea is like 50-50.
A lot of these guys, they
Kevin
go
De Bruyne's a lot.
Smaller teams, they get big numbers, and they come to the Premier League and they stink. So, I haven't watched enough. He doesn't really play that much, but I don't know if he can fill that role.
I think their problem is defense.
Yes,
their defense sucks. And sorry,
you just said it so. Defense sucks.
Goalkeeper is like
what are they?
Goalkeeper is
they have 2 goalkeepers. Like Sanchez is not good enough to start.
Yeah,
and then you got some random guy, Jorgensen, 22. I mean, who is this guy? Where did he come from?
Okay, I mean, he's got to be better than.
He came from Villarreal.
All right, that's a decent.
You're talking about pairing in defense with who? Colwell and Fofana.
Adebayo and Colwell. Whoever that guy.
No, Chalobah's got to be the starting center back, right?
Chalobah didn't play that game.
Chalobah, no, he's not.
I think their best player.
He came on in the 90th minute.
Their best player is like Cucurella.
This team is disrespecting this guy so much. It's driving me nuts, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gusto was on the bench.
And they're now like benching Pedro Neto, which is probably one of the best players you can start.
He came on and scored.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a little break here, and when we get back, we will cover everything that happened on transfer deadline day. All right, and we are back. And I think it's apropos to start with the Gunners and see what they did in the January transfer window.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to scroll here and see. All right. That's strange. I just see like an advertisement for watches on this website.
Then a dash.
I don't see any names.
Interesting.
This is criminal what this team is doing, man.
I know, bro.
It's pissing
what are you
me
doing,
off.
Arsenal?
I just don't.
No striker.
Can I ask you guys a question? If you're looking at Arsenal as like in a vacuum, this is a very attractive team to come to. It's one of the biggest clubs in England and in Europe. They are in second place. They're going to be in Champions. They're still in the Champions League. Like if you're a striker, a forward, whatever, that has to be a club that you were attracted to. It's not like Tottenham and Man United scraping at the bottom of the barrel trying to get players when they're in the bottom half of the league.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on with this team? Why can't they get anybody?
I don't think they're even trying.
That's what I was about to say. Are they trying? Were they linked with anybody really?
You saw they made an offer for Ollie Watkins, but that was a $40 million.
But the thing is, they just got rid of Durant,
and
so
that
what
was
do you
even.
expect?
But even then, dude, that rumor looked more like just noise, just to show the fans, oh look, we're trying to do something.
Yeah.
But it's not real because you offered £40 million for for one of the best strikers in the Premier League.
And Watkins and,
You're not
and
nobody's
Duran
seriously-
got sold for 64.
They
Yeah.
should have went for Duran. Like I'm
Should've
pretty
went
sure.
for Duran.
I'm pretty sure Duran would have accepted the offer
Yes.
to stay in the Premier League. But
If they matched the money, of course he would have
It's
done
American owners, right?
that. Yes.
Stingy, I guess, right? That's how we're seeing the trend.
Donald
They're
Trump.
stingy, but they dropped 100.
I just called the
I don't know if,
president.
but I don't know if Arsenal's stingy. I don't know if they're like Liverpool. I think because they dropped 100 M's on Declan Rice.
Yeah.
We talked about how they spent 65 collectively this past summer on Calafiori and
Yeah.
Marino. That's money that should have been allocated to the front line.
They already finished talk with Zubamendi.
And yeah, it's Zubamendi, but that's not until the summer, so they don't care about that. Why are they doing? Like, what's wrong with them?
I don't know, man. They identify that they needed a striker. Wasn't it
Mikel
obvious?
Arteta has been saying we're short in the last couple weeks.
They renewed faith in Kai Havertz.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Missed
So like I don't
so
know
many
whether to put this on the owners like the Kroenkes or on Arteta or a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Because Arteta has been given money to spend, but he is for whatever reason ignoring the front line. They are lucky they have Lewis Skelly and Wineri, because imagine if they didn't have those guys and they have Saka injured and Jesus is injured, Martinelli's there.
Yeah, I definitely think
Stupid.
they're the most attractive club in the whole world. They're even more attractive than Liverpool, in my opinion. Sorry, but like
I don't know about that.
They
because
are in
it's-
London.
It's an established club with an established manager for like 5 years now. They're so close to winning a trophy.
Guys, I don't know. I disagree with both of your points.
Really?
This is a team that has not won or proved that they can win yet.
They're so close.
They're so close.
Liverpool is a proven prospect. You're saying Liverpool's less.
No, I
feel like
disagree
you're-
with him.
Not with Arne Slot.
The only
Liverpool and Man City are the best.
The
teams
only
to go
thing
to in
that
the
would
world.
make me, if I was a player and I'm edging between Arsenal and Liverpool, the only thing that would make me edge towards
Is
Arsenal
what?
is just purely living in London. Sounds
That's
cool.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, because Liverpool has the potential of winning titles.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is the only thing that
It's
would
not
make
about
me
the city.
the only thing that would make me lean.
Lately.
The only thing that would make me between those two clubs, the only thing that would make me lean the
London,
Arsenal
yeah.
side is not. They both have great history.
Yes,
they
yes.
both have won in the past. Blah 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 blah. But Arsenal is in London.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I agree with you, Amir. I think Liverpool, if you're trying to go win trophies, is more attractive than Arsenal because they've proven to do it in the past. But Arsenal's right there.
Yeah, but
I don't
if
know.
I was
Right there.
Watkins, I'd go to
If
Arsenal.
if I'm a player and I know Salah and Van Dijk are leaving next season,
That's true.
I'll go to Arsenal.
go to Arsenal?
I'll go to Arsenal
Yeah,
Just
but
because of
bro,
Saka at that point.
Let me say this though: if this Arsenal team doesn't get their crap together,
Yeah.
pretty soon we're gonna start hearing like Saliba.
Leaving?
I need. Yeah,
Saliba
I
could
need.
leave.
I need to win a trophy.
Saliba and Liverpool.
Real Madrid are talking about signing Saliba.
Maybe to Liverpool.
Maybe even
Real Madrid.
maybe even Saka saying, "Hey man, I've been here all these years. I haven't won a trophy." Like these guys need to win something if they're going to try to retain them.
Yeah.
That's the
know?
Erling Haaland. He's not.
Yeah, he's not. Well, he's already won a bunch with us too.
Yeah.
So we've proven that we can win with him. These
Yeah.
guys haven't proven it to these players.
Let's see if he's right, man. I mean, this is kind of the Liverpool strategy, which we'll get to. They just want to build on the players they have. They don't want to go out and add other players.
It's not
Pissed at
confusing.
Arsenal, man.
Yeah, that's Liverpool is confusing to me. Like the way they're doing. At least keep
They're
one player.
shrewd.
Keep one player.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Look, I mean, I don't want Salah to leave, but I think it's harder to replace Van Dijk than Salah. The thing you built with Van Dijk is irreplaceable. You can still score goals. You can find another Mane. You can find another Firmino. We can possibly find another Salah. But
I disagree. I don't know.
the season you went without Van
Van
Dijk,
Dijk, yeah.
you were out from top four.
But you've never seen the season without Salah because the dude has had 20 plus goals in 5 straight years.
Yeah.
The consistency is unbelievable.
But you can still score goals. It's easier to score than defend. Or it's easier to build a defensive
It's hard-
line than
you know-
sorry, it's easier to build a top three than a
I
like
think
a back
it's
four.
not just the defense that Van Dijk brings. He's a leader.
A leader,
He's the
yeah.
captain. His presence makes everybody
Yeah.
comfortable. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah.
But I still think if Salah leaves and we still had Van Dijk, I still think that is a huge hole
Yeah, for
that
sure.
could not be replaced by any
And
person
guess,
in the
guess
world.
what you've become if that happens? You've become this Arsenal team.
Yeah.
A team that can defend and get clean sheets, but they can't score goals.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
But I do see your point. I do see your
Yeah.
point. So, should we go to Aston Villa?
Arsenal.
Made a lot of good moves. They
Aston
got
Villa is on fire, man.
Marcus Rashford.
Somebody go through the names.
They
we have
just
to- we
cashed
have a-
out.
Can somebody go through the names of ends?
Yeah. Okay. So they. Oh, I don't. So they got in Mullen, right?
20
They got
million.
in Asensio on loan,
Yes.
Rashford on loan, and Axel Disasi on loan.
On loan.
Okay. Did I miss anybody?
And I know, and then a couple of smaller ones.
And then they sent out Duran. Okay. Do you guys know where Duran came from before he came to Aston Villa?
Colombia.
He's Colombian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Do you know what club?
No.
No.
Chicago Fire.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They spent $10 million on this kid,
Wow.
and they went and flipped him in a year or two.
That's crazy.
For whatever they got from El Nasser.
Chicago.
They cashed him
Chicago
out.
Fire. Those are scouts. Those are good scouts. Sending scouts over to America and all over the place. I'm just saying, before this transfer window, Aston Villa had a better attack than Arsenal, and they still lost Duran. They have Ollie Watkins, and they brought in guys to cover.
Three different players.
To cover for them.
They got rid
That's
of John
moving
Duran.
like a big club.
John Duran, Diego Carlos, and Emiliano
Buendia, yeah. To Leverkusen, right?
That was, So those are the big ones that left.
Yes.
And this team is even stronger than they were.
And it's actually very smart to get them on loan too, like Rashford and Asensio, just to see how they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Rashford I think, is a great move because the dude's got a lot to prove.
And it's a loan. It's an option with to buy for $15 million. That's it.
Yeah, and
the only thing is the wage. That's
sorry to Man U fans. The Rashford is gonna finish above you this season.
Can you imagine if he does good and he scores 10 goals?
He's got something to prove. I don't think it's
like,
inconceivable.
If he plays in Europe and Man U don't.
That would be hilarious.
But I don't think he wants to leave. Even in his post, he said, "Have a good season, Manchester. Like, good luck for the rest of the season." Like, he's anticipating. He wants to come back. Did you see his smile? He doesn't even smile as a forced interview. I saw the interview. He's like, "Yeah, I'm excited. It's a very potential club, and they're very ambitious and great manager. Cap off to him."
When are they playing Man U? I just want to see the celebration.
Yeah.
I just want to see the celebration.
Yeah, one of these guys.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably have a clause that he can't play against them, right?
Yeah,
you're
that's
right,
true.
right. But yeah, well done to them.
Well done to them.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Arsenal, take notes. That's how a big club moves at the January transfer window when they're chasing something.
The only ones I see from Bournemouth that left, Philip Billing left to Napoli.
Yep.
And Max Aarons left to Valencia. Those are kind of the two players that stuck out to me.
Did they bring in a striker because they lost Evan Nilsson and their backup striker for the season?
Nothing that's
I
popping
think
up.
they're happy with what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have him.
Yeah, he's looked good actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that team, I don't think you need to. I have a feeling Bournemouth is going to be one of those teams that is going to get plucked heavily once the season ends. So you probably don't do much. You try to finish the best you can now, and then when the summer comes, you're going to make a bunch of money because a bunch of these guys are going to get sold. So.
Yeah. How about we go to Brentford?
Sure. What they do?
So obviously, you mentioned they got rid of Evan Ferguson.
What are you talking about, Bright?
Brighton.
Brighton. Sorry.
You
Yeah.
want to do Brighton or Brentford?
Brentford doesn't have anybody. I don't
They're
see
all
anybody.
alone, so.
They're all just
Let's do Brighton.
Brighton
So-
got rid of Evan Ferguson on loan. I
So
don't know if
even
it's with a
Ferguson
buy.
to West Ham, does that mean Fulcro is not working?
He's injured.
He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
injured
Bad one.
nonstop,
Yeah.
man.
And
Antonio broke his leg in the car accident.
And
yeah.
Ings is
So they
washed
definitely
up.
needed a striker.
Yeah, and here's the thing is, again, I'm sorry to keep bringing them up, but Arsenal, you couldn't get Evan Ferguson on loan. You couldn't do that. You couldn't pull that one off. He starts next week. For
You
them.
really don't like that club.
I'm upset, man. It's just like it's
You
so.
want a competition?
They,
You
they
could ask the
ruined
most-
the league.
You could ask the most casual soccer fan on earth. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you think Arsenal needs?
Striker.
Yeah, actually, they need a lot of stuff to be honest.
Yeah.
And I hate to go back to them, but Ethan Nwaneri seems like he's been covered for Saka. But what happens if Odegaard gets hurt again? They're screwed.
Yeah.
They have no striker. Screwed. You know, like they have so many. They're so thin in so many positions that it's I don't know how 5 years into this project they're this thin in so many.
This is
positions.
why I wish Matt was here because he would have been like, "I disagree."
No, he'd
your
agree.
team's- your team
Nobody's
sucks."
complained about their transfer moves more than him. Yeah, he would have been saying all this instead of me, honestly. So, but yeah,
Well, Brighton got rid of Evan Ferguson, and they brought some guy named Stefanos Chismas from the second league of Bundesliga.
okay.
He's pretty young, all potential. And they got a guy from Miami, center mid.
And they're
You know,
Miami.
this club when they get players that are like couple million,
I
few
trust
$1 million,
them. I
you
trust
you
them.
have
Yeah.
to
They are,
yeah. They're good. They know what they're doing.
Baliba and
Yeah.
I mean they're very
Caicedo
good.
was-
Diego Gomez, remember the name.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He's looks good. Chelsea
All
had a
loans.
lot of action, guys.
There are a
They
lot
brought
of,
in Trevor
a lot of
Chalva. We know
loans.
that. They called him back. They sent out Renato Vega on loan to Juventus. I actually like Vega a lot.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
he's a good player, good fullback. Yeah. And then they sent Ben Chilwell
Ben
to
Chilwell
Crystal
to
Palace,
Crystal
on loan.
Palace.
And then Axel Disasi
Yeah, we talked
to.
about that.
That was
Newcastle.
surprising to me because Disasi looked pretty good last season. Like he was one
Yeah.
of their top defenders, I thought. So I thought he would be like a good pairing, but maybe the new coach doesn't like him.
Like him.
Yeah,
They have so many options.
yeah.
It's a plethora of center backs they have.
Nothing Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, the Roman Esse, whatever. He looked pretty good. He got a goal in his debut.
Oh.
I am disappointed for them that Chalobah left because he looked good with Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if he's going to start every game in Chelsea, but
He should. I think he's their best.
but I think
center
this
back.
team looks good by itself.
Oh, yeah.
Mateta, oof.
Mateta.
When Mateta's on form, man, they look like a
I was
million.
worried about that game because I saw Eze wasn't starting. And remember, we used to say this last year as well. If Eze, Olise, and Mateta are on the field, that's a real team.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Olise left. And then when Eze would be injured, they couldn't sniff a goal.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't think they scored until Eze subbed on. I think he subbed on, and then I don't know if he was related to the goals, but
I think he played
Yeah.
the free kick, which got headed and then got scored in. So
yeah.
he definitely Eze had a big part in it. But Everton, I was really expecting them to get a striker.
Yeah.
We know who the big transfer move is. Moise.
Moise, but I thought they were going to bring a striker, guys.
Well, Calvin
I mean,
Lewin
Beto-
looks
Calvin
pretty
Lewin
good.
got injured.
Did you just score for us?
Beto,
Beto, yeah.
Yeah, Beto looked.
dude, talk about
Beto.
Beto. 2
Beto.
goals out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
So
He's tall, man.
I don't
Yeah.
think they need anything. Apparently,
It's very strong too.
And Nadai, he can play forward up
Yeah.
front as well, so he's decent. I mean, they're looking like
good.
a pretty good team now.
what are we missing? Ipswich had Julio
Enciso.
Enciso,
Yep.
who scored that fantastic goal against Manchester City
He's a
2
good
years ago.
player.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He's a good player. Gets hurt a lot, but he's a good player.
Mm.
Yep.
Nothing
what else?
Liverpool.
Leicester. Oh,
Liverpool,
Liverpool
again, same thing.
Nothing.
In zip
Nothing.
and nothing.
a dash. They just put
Out.
a dash.
We sent a bunch of young kids out on loan. Reece Williams, Calvin Ramsey, Stefan Bajcetic, and
I like that
Cade
guy.
Gordon. He was.
Why
good.
didn't you get anybody in, man? Like, what's the thinking here as well? You guys deserve some. I mean, I know you're top of the league.
If
You
we
got a
renewed
gap.
all the contracts, I would be completely okay with this. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
would not mind. But the fact that we did neither, we neither brought nor renewed.
You didn't get Kvaratskhelia. You didn't get a center back.
I
You
just
didn't
want
get
to
any
renew. That's
cover.
all I want.
Yeah.
You didn't
If
get
you
any
wanted-
cover for the
But
players
the
that
thing
might
is-
leave on a free.
Yeah, if you know that some of these players are actually like, if you didn't if you made up your mind that they're leaving,
Yeah.
you should have brought someone in in January,
At
so
least
at
one guy.
least like they can like work
Yes.
with the team for like
Well, that's what I'm saying.
half
And
a season. Or
even
something.
bring him now so they can
Yeah,
fit in the lineup next year.
Well, you don't. I mean, it's difficult to get 5 players in one transfer window.
Yeah.
You try to get 1 or 2 now, and then you get 2 or 3.
I mean,
in
I
the
wouldn't
summer.
mind a center back. I wouldn't mind. I think a center back would honestly be the big thing. I don't need a replacement for Alexander Arnold right now.
You got Connor Bradley.
You know,
Yeah.
but I think a center back is really needed because you need time to build a partnership. We're gonna stick in a new center back at the beginning of the season. I can already see the leaks.
Holland is gonna-
for the first 10 games. Not after this.
but honestly, I get. I know we're talking about Liverpool and their transfer strategy, like it's always very poor, but their scouting team is always on point.
Yeah, they're shrewd business.
Yeah.
They do
really are.
very.
Yeah, so
spend
they
money,
will
efficient
always
business.
find like a person that would
We're
fit
the opposite
team.
of Manchester United.
Yes, and Chelsea.
Definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay, Manchester City's up. I'll leave it to you guys.
Let's go.
Let me
What
give
a-
you a minute to say all the names.
What a transfer window it is.
All right, so we
Right.
brought in Echeverri,
Yeah.
Claudio Echeverri from River. He's from the same team that we got Julian Alvarez from. I think we bought him, but we put him on loan.
I think that's
then now we brought him on.
that's like a yearly thing now that we go and get a kid from Argentina, test him
Yes.
out, and see what we do. Like,
Right.
but what's his name? Peroni too. Like,
Maximo
Oh,
Peroni,
yeah.
yeah,
He's good.
that was last year.
Right.
So I guess this year it's like Echeverry's turn. So
Yes. I hope he get some time out there.
Yeah.
Although it's going to be tough for him because even McAtee is looking good for us. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Abdulkadir
Kusanov.
Yes. What a signing.
Gotta
Rough start,
encourage
but
this guy.
he's going to be
Yeah.
good.
Gotta encourage him. Yeah.
Victor Reach from
Palmeiras.
Palmeiras. Yeah, I mean
The
he's
big
going to
one.
be. He's a future pick, but he's going to be something.
I'm waiting for the big one that you guys are going to.
Omar Marmoush,
My
the
man!
Marmoush.
Egyptian prince.
Go.
How have you guys felt about how he's looked in the first couple of matches?
I haven't watched the whole games, but he looked good.
He looked good in the
He
Chelsea
looked sharp
game.
and confident
Yeah.
I love this
and
player.
rapid.
Yeah.
I have to say, I never watched the Bundesliga. The only time I ever watched Marmoush was for the Egyptian national team.
Yeah.
And I have to say, when I saw the transfer fee for the guy, I was like, based on what I've seen on the Egyptian national team, I'm not seeing it. But I see it now.
Yeah. He's different.
I don't know what the manager of Egypt is doing,
Yeah.
but he is not unlocking the talents of the players that we have.
He's
He
he's
is
definitely different than
electric.
all the other players that we have on the team, which adds a lot of like dynamic to that front, like 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yes.
But
I
I
just want
hope,
him to get his goal so he can
Yeah.
keep that confidence going.
I just hope we find that chemistry between like which one, like which 3 are gonna start, because now we have so many options, and I feel like Pep Guardiola is trying so many things, but we'll see.
But now we got cover for the defensive midfield
I
position.
was just about to say that.
So maybe that can give him some flexibility.
Nico
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Nico Gonzalez.
50
what?
million.
This
A
guy
signing.
looks.
Do you guys know
really
anything about
good.
him?
He, other than highlights, I didn't
Does
see
he
anything.
look good?
I kind of feel like this transfer.
6'2".
It's actually subsidized by Barcelona
Yeah.
because we just paid them $20 million.
He's getting a chunk of the fee.
Oh, okay.
They get
as
40%
a,
of the
as a
fee.
sellout clause.
So is he going straight in the lineup?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bench,
Oh,
so Gundogan.
Please, I don't want
Gundogan.
to see Gundogan again
So
on the field.
startup lineup ready. Like he's
Yeah.
lined-
Yeah.
Look,
6'2", comfortable on the ball, can bring the team forward, spoils the other team very well. This is
Yeah.
a real defensive midfield
Yeah.
player.
Wow.
all
Good
respect,
pick, a real
all,
one.
all respect to Ilkay Gundogan
Yes.
and Kovacic, but enough.
Enough. Simply, very simple. Enough.
We said that. You guys remember the second episode we recorded? I said I don't want to see a pairing of Gundogan and Kovacic
Yeah.
on the field, and since we've seen it like 18 times,
Yes.
please, Pep, that's it.
I hope he goes in line. He looks sharp just from his photo. I can tell that player's a stud.
6'2", dude.
Yeah.
He's a young Rodri.
Yeah.
Well,
He's gonna learn from the best.
you guys had I think this is a transfer window for you guys more than you could have asked for.
Yes.
If I could say
It's
that.
everything.
Do you
we
remember
asked
what
for.
you guys remember what I was asking for as a DM? I wanted a guy from the second tier of some Slavic league with face tattoos that isn't very talented. Because in my head I was like, we're not going to spend more than
We got a
10, 20 million on a guy.
We got a crybaby face, Abdul Kadir Husanov, though. The guy made me feel so bad in that first game, but sure.
And Kyle Walker, we had honorable mention. Kyle Walker's out on loan.
Yeah.
Probably
It's gonna be
done
good
with
for
his
him.
career. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
At Manchester City, probably.
I'm glad it was a loan.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we didn't sell him, even
Yeah.
though I kind of I'm kind of mad about the whole deal thing because he left the team in a hard time, which is not very not really good for your team captain. You know,
Yeah, but I think it's going to be better for him in the long run.
it's a
And for
debate.
us.
It's now a debate for me whether he's a club legend.
Oh, a club legend for me.
Really,
Yeah.
didn't make you feel anything that he left at the hardest time.
No, he's going through a lot of stuff off the pitch, and
He had to.
he's been off it
Yeah.
this year, and it's for the better. To me, it felt like this is for the betterment of the team almost.
I
Yeah.
agree.
If we
It's just
remember,
good to leave him.
he was never supposed to be the captain of this team. When
Yeah.
Ilkay Gundogan left, it was supposed to be Kevin, and then Kevin suffered a major injury in the beginning of the season. Then Kyle became the guy. We won a treble,
Yeah.
and so he stayed as the captain. But then now all the stuff, it's all catching up to him. So
Okay.
no, legend for the team. Good for him. I think he'll come back and maybe give us one more really decently good year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I do.
Really?
Not elite, and I still think we got to get another guy in the summer. But I think he could come back and give us a one more good year, and I think
I
then
think he
that'll
goes
be the
back
end.
to Spurs and ends on a.
Oh no, he would never.
Don't think so. Yeah.
Happy for AC Milan. They have really good, solid a left back and a right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be undefeatable, undefeated in like FIFA.
Yeah.
or
So
EAFC.
we won the January transfer window.
Yes, you did. You did.
By far.
Yeah.
Let's go to Manchester United,
Yeah.
guys. I think the big things to mention, Dorgu. I don't know much about him, but he looks.
Me neither. I think he's a left back, right?
Looks pretty good. You know,
They got Aiden Heaven from Arsenal's academy.
Don't know much about him either.
He's a center back from Arsenal's academy. Like he was like their next up and coming Lewis Skelly Winery.
Okay.
Not as good as them, obviously, but he was supposed to be the next
Yeah.
in that era of their academy, and they plucked him.
Well,
The biggest one out.
Anthony and Rashford,
Yeah.
both on loan.
About time.
I'm glad Anthony left, man. He's just so frustrating seeing as a neutral.
I'm gonna miss him.
What are you gonna miss?
Yeah,
Him?
miss the role.
Yeah,
You're gonna miss the rage face going in.
it was entertaining
Mean
for me.
face.
Max, do you forget I don't like this team? So
I know,
when he's
but-
out there, it gives me pleasure.
But I like the Premier League. That's what I think. Like, why? It's disgusting to see a team like that.
Why don't you blame Eric Ten Hag for selling Elanga and buying that bum? Blame him.
That's
Then.
true.
Yeah. All right.
I guess Tottenham is the next one in line. I don't.
Tottenham they did some moves towards the end
Mateus
there.
Tell is a really good pickup, guys.
Yeah, Mateus Tell's a good player.
He is a genuine.
He said no to them,
Yeah.
and this is my theory. Okay, he said no to them at first, and then Mateus Tell must have watched Man United play Crystal Palace, and was like, you know what? I don't think I want to go to that team. And then he called Big Ange, is like, do you guys? Can you take me back?
There were talks about him going to Chelsea though.
I'm glad that he made.
They were gonna do a swap deal with Nkunku going to Bayern
Yeah.
and Tell go to Chelsea.
That would have been pretty cool.
But with Tottenham, you got to assume he's probably going to get more playing time there, right?
Who's he gonna
What-
play for?
Richarlison.
Solanke?
benched.
What's his position? Is he a
Striker.
winger or a striker?
He's a striker.
He's
so
a striker, but he can
would
also
you?
play on the wings.
You have Solanke, who's
Solanke's out till March, bro.
Oh,
Richarlison will get benched, but he can also play left and right wing. But I
Yeah.
think
Oh, if he can play left or right wing, then he's going to play right away.
Yeah.
Probably opposite Son.
his preferred position is left wing. That's what it
Oh,
says.
okay. He's not going to start over
So-
Son, but I mean, Brennan Johnson's injured. I'm telling you, it's a major injury. Solanke's injured. Brennan Johnson's injured. James Madison's injured. All the defenders are injured. The goalkeeper,
they brought in
he's going to
Kevin.
play right away. I think that's why he went there.
They brought in Kevin Danso.
Yeah, another
Dylan
center
Danso
back.
looks good
Yeah.
on loan.
I watched some highlights of him.
He's pretty solid.
He's a solid. Like he's not a. But here's
He's not ball.
Dude.
He's not ball playing.
exactly
defender.
he doesn't like he doesn't carry the ball very
Yeah.
well. So again, we're going back to the same thing. Is Ange going to look at his players and make a plan based on the talents of his players, or is he going to tell these guys you got to play out the back? Because if so, Danzo's going to pull a Kusanov. He's going to do it, dude. So we'll see.
All right.
The last team I think is West Ham that we should mention.
Yeah.
Evan Ferguson. Pretty
And then a
good.
sneaky one too. They
James-
called back James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
Remember James Ward-Prowse?
He
on
never
West
played
Ham?
for Nottingham.
Never played.
Yeah,
But he looked good when he was on West Ham. Obviously,
that was a
different
weird,
manager.
Yeah, that was a weird move. Honestly.
different manager and stuff now, but that might be a sneaky.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cornet left. Maxwell
Cornet.
Cornet.
They still had
he's
him?
on loan. Left on loan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I have nothing exciting about West Ham, other than the fact that I have Bowen on my fantasy team.
I'm gonna like Evan Ferguson. I mean,
I don't know. This is
think
his
that'll be
chance,
good.
man. This is his chance.
yeah.
to
He worked
prove-
with Graham Potter.
Graham Potter.
Graham
This
Potter. I
this
can't
is his
remember his
chance to prove that he can become
Yeah.
a world class striker. If not,
you know why Brighton is doing this, right? Because they want him to play, but they don't have a place for him to play,
So they
they're
can sell him.
loaning him. So yes, they're about to get
So-
it. He's gonna come in there, bang in 10 goals,
Manchester
and they're
United's
gonna
gonna
sell
buy
him.
him in the summer.
Yeah, and then they're gonna sell him for like £80 million or something like that.
Manchester, I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Manchester.
Can
United.
already see it.
God.
Yep. So yeah. All right. Did the Wolves do anything?
No,
Not really.
They got one striker, I think, Agabu. But yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
So I think overall we can say Manchester City had an amazing transfer window. Arsenal and Liverpool,
About time because we're playing Real Madrid next week.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm going to look forward to that busy schedule.
That's going to be an interesting game, man. It's like two teams that don't know how to play defense, and love to score a lot of goals. I don't know
But one
what's gonna
team
happen.
got Mbappe.
But one team's got we got
Vinicius.
You guys have Marmouche, not Holland.
Holland. We got Marmouche.
You got Vinicius Jr.
That crybaby. No,
I'm expecting.
They got Bellingham.
We're not doing predictions, but I'm going to say 3-1 Real Madrid.
Oh god. That first leg?
They're not going to have Rudiger.
In the first leg is at home.
It's at home?
Yeah.
Okay, 2-0 Real
Manchester
Madrid.
City.
They don't have Rudiger.
Yeah,
New players
Rudiger is
coming
out,
in. They didn't
so-
get anybody. We're taking a dump on this.
Honestly, I'm hoping we actually win
I'm
this
hoping
game.
Marmouche scores.
We're going to win.
I'm hoping we win
We will win.
because we will show like the world like that other face that
We're
we've
like,
been.
we're like, guys, we're like the only team in the world, us in Barcelona, that don't fear those guys.
Yeah.
Don't fear them at all.
But you know one thing we're gonna miss in this matchup this year?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Walker versus Vinny.
Oh God,
That's true. Who you
Nunez
guys?
is gonna get cooked, bro.
We're
You're gonna have.
gonna have Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Mbappe all on that right back.
Yeah.
You guys
You guys
have.
have been attacking our right side
they're
because Nunez is
literally-
playing right back.
Matthias Nunes got that.
Yeah, good luck with that. I
That's
think
not
you
gonna
guys
be
have
good,
to
bro.
start. Who's the fast defender you guys have?
I hope Matthias.
No,
No, I don't want to think about
no, I don't want to think about that.
You got to start Rico Lewis. I don't know.
No,
Let's
he's
see.
not fast.
Yeah. Oh well.
it. It's better than Matthias Nunes.
Probably.
I just cannot see
He's good
Matthias
at
Nunes on that
positioning,
right
but
back.
he's gonna get
Yeah.
cooked, man. Oy,
It's gonna
okay.
be hard to watch.
All right. You guys got any final words before we shut it down?
Negative.
No.
Well, thank
Stay
you guys.
humble.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Shout out DJ Mustard.
Shout out DJ Mustard. And have a good one. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye, guys.